You have been lied to about what creativity really is. And here's a little secret that might surprise you. Creativity is not about painting, it's not about writing or playing an instrument, and it has nothing to do with any specific activity at all. Creativity is the quality that you bring to what you do. This isn't about picking up a new hobby or adding any skills to your resume. This is about realizing that creativity is more an aspect of the way you look at life and an inner approach that you bring moment by moment, no matter what you are doing. So here's the real question. How many of these moments of your life have been wasted feeling like you have to chase creativity when it's already there, just waiting to be unlocked in everything you do? Imagine you can paint with your mind, dance with your words, or even make your silence creative. Anything, literally anything, can become an expression of creativity. Creativity is not about doing something or building something. The only thing stopping you from experiencing this is a mental barrier, the belief that only certain people are allowed to be creative. But let's look at children. All children are born creative. But as we grow up, of course, society has a funny way of chipping away at this natural inclination. We're told subtly and sometimes directly that only a few chosen people possess real creativity. Perhaps we've been conditioned to believe that only the talented can possess creativity, or the skilled, but that's just an illusion, complete illusion. It's a limiting belief that drains away at our potential. You can be creative without touching a paintbrush or a piano. The biggest misconception we face is that creativity is something special or something reserved for geniuses or creative people. And because of this misconception, most people spend their lives behind a mask of supposed practicality and rationality, believing that creativity isn't for them. There's so many people that say they just aren't creative. I'm sure you've heard it. They fall into a trap of believing that creativity must be dramatic or grand, life-changing in order to be real. So if creativity, think about this, isn't tied to any one activity, what is it? Creativity is bringing love, presence, and joy to whatever you do. So if you cook with a sense of delight, with care and love. You're always creating, even in the moment right now. If you're cleaning the floor, do it with reverence. Imagine, could cleaning a floor, something so mundane, actually be a creative act? Well, when approached with love and presence, it definitely can be. No one may ever notice, and it might never make the news, but the moment of presence makes the act infinitely valuable to you, and you are creating the moment. Society places this enormous weight on things like fame and recognition and achievement, but those are hollow promises. Fame does not make us creative. It's just a reward that only comes to a tiny faction of creative people. Ask yourself, do you want to be creative because you enjoy it or because you want the world to validate your existence? We see this a lot. Because if you're waiting for the world's approval, your creativity will always be chained to their expectations. And that's not truly yours. So let's let go of this need to impress, because then you can free your spirit to create from a place of joy. Have you watched a person pour their heart into something, regardless of whether anyone will ever appreciate it? Because that act of pure devotion is a form of creativity. It's all about finding fulfillment in the act itself, without any attachment to an outcome. Just like the Buddha, sitting under a tree in deep meditation, that was a creative act. Not because it produces something tangible, but because it transforms the person. Consider it. We live in a society where money and power are seen as the pinnacle of success, and these values are taught to us at a very young age. We're conditioned to pursue wealth, status, influence, ambitions that are inherently uncreative and probably destructive. Think about it. When we chase power, we take it from others. When we pursue wealth, we often exploit people or resources. Not saying we all do that, just society as a whole. I mean, it does that a lot. But creative acts, on the other hand, give something to the world. They add value, beauty, they add meaning. So what are you doing with your life? Are you spending your time in a constant struggle to gain more recognition, more money, more power? If so, understand this. This pursuit of things is killing your creativity. Creativity, it thrives in a space free from desire, free from the hunger of fame or power. Creativity is a gift to yourself and by extension to the world, but it's never a transaction. And here's something even more powerful to consider. History shows us that the most celebrated creatives often gained recognition only after they left this world. Van Gogh, who died poor and uncelebrated, yet today his work is revered globally. Creativity, true creativity, does not chase fame and it does not chase recognition. It simply is. So why are you wasting time longing for appreciation from a world that often celebrates mediocre things? Why not focus instead on finding joy, peace, and satisfaction within yourself? Because when you do this, you'll see that the small acts can be extraordinarily creative. Just holding someone's hand, fam, looking at them with warmth, or sharing a genuine smile. These don't have to be trivial. They are expressions of your creative self. The world is not changed by great deeds alone, but by countless small acts of kindness, of love, and joy. You might be thinking, but I believed I was uncreative my entire life. Well, if you carry this belief, then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a door that closes off your potential. Beliefs are powerful. They shape our reality. Most of us don't even realize it. So if you keep telling yourself that you're uncreative or you need to be more creative, you are shutting down countless possibilities to express your unique self right now. Where does that belief come from? It comes from a world that defines creativity in a narrow and rigid term. A world that only values certain types of expression and ignores the rest. From the beginning, we are pushed into molds, and only a few chosen ones are allowed to stand out. But ask yourself, who benefits from this? Institutional powers in society benefit, yes, because it creates obedient, predictable people, but you end up as a spectator in your own life. So isn't it time to shatter that belief? To rediscover the natural creativity that you had as a child? To realize you don't need anyone's permission to be creative? Creativity is not something others bestow upon you. It's a quality already within you, waiting to be expressed. We've been taught that creativity only exists in grand accomplishments, prize-winning books, famous paintings, legendary music, but let me tell you, the creative spirit can flourish in the very smallest of acts. Because creativity is about finding your own way and not following someone else's. True creativity is also unpredictable because no one's going to hand you a roadmap. No one can tell you this is your life's purpose. You have to search for it yourself. And there's no guarantees, no clear directions. And maybe that's exactly as it should be, because life itself is a journey. It's a mystery, and it would lose all its magic if everything was planned out in advance. When you stop caring what the world thinks, that's when your creativity will begin to flow. Because to be creative means to be completely present, to live each moment fully, without holding anything back, without worrying about what comes next. You're focused on the future, on fame, on success. You lose the beauty of this moment. And the present is the only time that creativity exists. It may feel risky to let go of conventional ideas about success, but consider this. The very act of choosing creativity over power, over money, over status, that is the ultimate form of rebellion. When you choose to create from a place of joy, from a place of authenticity, you are breaking free from society's limitations. And in doing so, you become the master of your own life. In the East, they call enlightened beings swamis, which means masters, because true mastery is not about controlling others, it's about possessing yourself. It's about understanding that you alone hold the power to shape your experience, to infuse each moment with beauty, with meaning. And remember that creativity is not limited to some grand calling. You don't have to be a painter, you don't have to be a dancer, a writer, or be a creative. Creativity can be as simple as living with awareness, being grateful, being present, recognizing that every act, no matter how small, has the potential to be sacred if approached with the right mindset. So if you're still waiting for a sign, for some grand purpose to be revealed, ask yourself, why? You see this all over YouTube. This is your sign. These numbers, that numbers. The purpose of life is not written in the stars. It's not handed to you on a silver platter. It's something you create yourself, moment by moment, in every decision, every interaction. So here's the truth. You are not here by accident. You have a unique role to play, something that only you can bring to the world. But no one else can tell you what it is. It's up to you to explore, to experiment, to play with life until you find what feels right. And once you do, don't hold back. The only thing that will hold you back is the belief that you are unworthy, that you're uncreative, that someone else has already done it better. So let go of those beliefs. They're illusions, barriers placed by a world that doesn't want you to shine. And you were meant to shine. You were meant to create in your own way and on your own terms. You are here with a purpose, and it's yours to discover. Stop waiting for permission. There's no need to please anyone else. Start creating from the inside out. And remember, whatever you do, whether it's big or small, famous or unnoticed, if it brings you joy and meaning, it's enough. With that said, thanks for watching. If this resonated, please like and subscribe, and until next time, peace.